Hey artists and creators, J-Star here, and today I want to show you how I made this assemblage art. I am thrilled with how it turned out. A vintage photo, we're going to get into it. It's so fun. There's a lot of fun layers, and hopefully you'll pick up a tip or three. Let's get started. So part of this assemblage piece is these wires that I've got this is my mock-up with twist ties. But what I want to do is run this wire through there and do the same thing, loop it on the side. And actually I think I'm gonna thread some pearls on these wires, but I want them to be rusty. So today I'm gonna rust some of the wires. And basically I've just cut four pieces of wire, as much as I need for each of those. And I'm just gonna curl them into little curls so that they fit in my bowl. And I'll show you. So I've got just a ramekin. So I've got my four pieces, and then I did an extra piece just because I always need rusty wire. And I'm going to do some, I think that's 18 gauge, and this is 26 gauge. I'm going to do some more of this right now. Ooh, don't get my fingers caught. I have stuck my fingers in here. All right. If that could be enough. I always feel like I need more. That's gonna be enough for now. All right, so, and PS on the gauges of wires, I like the 18 gauge for most of my stuff. Oh, this is easier with scissors, I think. I like the 18 gauge for most of my stuff, and beads will fit on that. But sometimes you need a finer wire, so the higher up the number, the lighter the wire. I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is. So I've got those. I don't want to just make sure I've got them kind of flat, just so I don't have to use too much of the goodie. Well, we'll not worry about it. Okay, so this is super simple. This is apple cider vinegar. I didn't have any plain vinegar, so it doesn't matter, just white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. I'm going to throw some apple cider vinegar in there, and there's no measurements for this. Oh, it smells like dying Easter eggs. Okay, and then we have, how's this open? Hydrogen peroxide. And, oh, is this a new bottle? Okay, I guess it is. All right. So, hydrogen peroxide, and I'm gonna go to just above the wire, except my big thing of wire is trying to come uncoiled. So I'm gonna, look at that. It's already, can you see that? It's already blackening and rusting. I love it. Looks so good. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna, I don't want to get it too tightly bound, but just to hold that wire down. Now get that under the water. Okay, and yeah, I mean, you can see it's already affecting. If this were regular white vinegar, you'd see the transformation drastically, but you see the rust around that little bottom one right there already. But then you can make it go a little bigger. This is just table salt, and I'm gonna just kind of sprinkle a little. Again, there is really no secret recipe. You just throw these things in there, and so salt, peroxide, and vinegar. Okay, and let your stuff sit in there. It's looking good already. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's blackening, and so I'm gonna leave it in there, and you don't really have to worry about it. Probably 30 minutes to an hour, it'll be good. So we'll check it in a little bit. I'm kind of filming this out of sequence, so I don't know what you've seen so far, but here's the basic idea. I've got this wooden box frame, and I want to suspend this photo in front of the background, which is going to be something. I don't know yet. I think it's going to be pink dyed French book text. I'm not sure yet though. It might be an image, we'll see. And then I'm going to suspend it by wires. And so I've drilled holes through the sides. I've drilled a couple holes on each side, and I was in such a hurry. I went ahead and put my grommets in. I should have not done the grommets yet. I should have rusted my grommets to go with my rusty wire. They'll be fine, I guess. I mean, it'll be just a different metal texture, but I grommeted it already. But I do want to sepia tone the photograph and age the edges a little bit, just a little bit. I don't want it too agey. This came pink because it secretly says that, and it's very glossy. So the first thing I do want to do is sand this off, and I'm hoping, oh, well, it's gonna, I mean, it's not gonna, what? Oh, that's plaster. Sorry. So also, see, I just jump around. This, of course, hung on the wall this way, so there was a little hanger here. I've taken it out and I've plugged the holes. I'll probably end up wrapping whatever paper or whatever around the edge, so those won't be seen, but I just wanted to fill them, so I filled them with a little plaster just in case. But I do like this pink color. That was, I don't know, it was square and it fit the photo, so it was a nice combination. And this I got from Walmart. It was probably $1.09. They're usually $1 to $3 for this size little sign. But basically, I just want to sand this off so that I can glue a backing on here and just hide this. Because do whatever makes you happy. And hiding stuff like this makes me happy. And recycling this makes me happy. Letting it have a new life. So that's pretty good. I think it's got enough tooth there now that some Gorilla Glue will totally hold it. Probably even some heavy duty spray glue. So the next thing I want to do is like sepia tone my photograph. And basically all I want to do is paint their little dresses pink. And so I have my tub of Sharpies, and I'm going to pick a pink. There's a very pale pink. There's a pale pink. That one's probably going to be too bright, but I'm going to pull it out just in case. And I'm going to grab another photo just to test it on. So let's just look at the light pink. That may be too light. Yeah, I think that's too light. This is sort of a shell pink. And I'm not looking for anything drastic. I just want it to pick up. That may be the trick right there. Let's look at this one just in case. Oh. Well. I think I do like the middle one better. Let me just... It's kind of a shell pink. And I think with the rusty color, I don't really know what color the box is going to turn out, but I think it'll probably be more along those lines, more antique-y. And I can always antique it more. I can add coffee stain or whatever to the box, whatever's covering it. So I think I'm going to go with that, okay? Now, I'm not going to let you watch me draw because I have to bite my tongue like Linus while I'm drawing. So I'm going to get it colored in and go to the next thing. Okay, I did want to show you one thing as I'm coloring her in. With Sharpies, when you color in, you sometimes end up leaving a little heavy ink spot. Haven't really done it there, but basically when I get that, I just blot it away. Let's see what happens. What is dress here? Okay, see there's a few dots there. I'm just gonna blot and that takes it away. Okay, cool. All right, dress number 1, pinkified. Okay, I've got their little dresses, sepia toned, Sharpia toned with a little pink, and I think they look cute. And I did the little headdresses as well. And now I just want to give this photo a little bit of age. I don't want to do it too much because it is a shrine, so it's sort of a well-protected thing. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and kind of scrape the edges. Okay. We don't want to be too out of context with like rusty wires and stuff, so just give it a little age. Okay, cool. And now I'm going to take my vintage photo oxide ink and just hit the edges and kind of where that paper has been scraped up, fill that in, and that'll get a little darker because it'll suck that ink in. Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Now I may go back and put black on this edge, but I don't know. I think that might be dark enough for our purposes here. It just frames it out nicely. And we still have a little bit of that white on the photo showing. I think that'll be cool with the rusty wires. All right, let's see what happens next. All right, so I'm working on my little pink girls, and I've decided I want to put the French text behind it, but I want it to be a pale pink. Now, I tried some dyeing it with some red alcohol ink that I made myself, but it was too scarlet red. The good thing is I'm working on a Coca-Cola project, and it was the perfect color for that. So I used that over there. But I want to try to do some pale pink papers, and I wanted to try one thing first, which was I got these watercolor crayons, and I guess, what's this one called? That one's Candied Apple, and that one's Tattered Rose. Okay, how do you get them out of here? There we go. And I just wanted to see how the paper reacted with it. I'm not sure I want to color my whole thing, but I mean, you know, hand color the whole thing. But let's just see how this works. Put a little water on your brush. Oh, actually, look how good that is. Oh, it's such a good color. This may be the perfect thing. Okay, that may be perfect. Okay, so let me just do that. So this is just a watercolor pencil, Candy Apple. And you may be able to use the oxide ink as well, or the stress ink. Just, you know, smush it down on a glass mat or a waterproof mat, and then add some water to it. And I really only care about covering the text part of this. Okay. And then wet brush. And we just slosh it around. How beautiful is that? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna leave some of those darker spots in there. It's just gorgeous, especially with that picture. Okay. Wow. Let's see. I'm gonna put my tray over here to the side. And I'll probably, I think I'll dry those in the oven to make it easier for myself. So we're just coloring. And the cool thing is I'll be able to go back over the edges of the box with this once it's all on there and dry to add a further layer. Oh, okay. This is too good. Too good. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, this is a little richer pink and I like it a little better. Maybe it's just hasn't had time to dry yet. Maybe I should just give this a little more. Look how cool that is where it's hitting the wet paper. It's even activating it. I think you might have to wait until it dries to do a second layer. I've used watercolor pencils before, but these seem a little different. Yeah. Okay, so we have to wait for it to do a second layer, but so cool. So good. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the oven, 200 for about 30 minutes, and we'll see where we are. Okay, I have my pink paper all dyed, and I started to cut out the strips for all the sides. So that's the outside. So let's go ahead and do that. These are extras, sort of, but I haven't figured out what I'm going to do in the middle yet. So again, I think you've seen me do this before. I want to make a little fold. It doesn't really matter on these. I want to make a little fold in this crevice in the bottom so that it goes under whatever the background is, and to get the perfect measurement, I fit it in there, press it against this edge, like that, and then fold it back, letting that crease guide me. And then that will be the perfect fit right there. Cool. So let's do all of those. And okay, this is the way I got to do this one. Bien, bien. And let's see. Now, on these top parts and bottom parts, the page isn't wide enough to have the text fully across. So what I'm doing, and actually maybe I'm going to do it in half again. Yeah, I'm going to cut these in half again. I'm just putting in 2 extra little pieces on either side to help that finish out. But I'll put a solid piece in the center. Does that make sense? Is that right? I don't know if I played that one right. Okay, it fits. Yeah. And so those will puzzle piece together to finish that top edge. Oh, did that one wrong. I want the bottom, I want the words to be so I can read them this way. And I just did that one backwards. So just always paying attention. So let's see, I want them to be that way. So I want this edge to fold. Okay. That way, this edge to fold. Alrighty, let's Mod Podge those in. And I guess I'll do the top and bottom first, since they're the most difficult. We've got Mod Podge matte. Get it right into the corners. Don't want any of the corners to come up. And okay, now I'm paying attention to this. This is the top, so this is the top one. Oh, I'm gonna do the corners first. Get that in. That in, nice. Let's just push that in and coat him. And yes. Okay, how cool is that? Very cool. He answered his rhetorical question. Oop, get the bubbles out. Bubbles are not so cool. Okay. I live in this kind of halfway world of almost grunge. Like if I did grunge, then the bubbles would be totally fine. But I'm kind of like, I don't know, aged elegance, is that a thing? Okay, this one is here, correct? Wait, this is the top, yes. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I'll sand back over these edges as well. I've decided for this front edge, I want to try to put gesso on it and then go back with that Tim Holtz pencil and watercolor the gesso. I think that'll give a nice sort of natural effect, like a hand painted effect. We'll see what happens, but I think it'd be nice to have that solid pink border around there with no interruptions of like the words. Okay, and that is going up, that's correct. All right, so before I put the outside edges on, I want to pay attention to these holes. And where'd my little safety pin go? Oh, I guess I lost it. Anyway, I want to poke through the holes on the inside so that I know where they are. After I cover, you know, the inside and the outside. Okay. Yep. They're there. I can just barely see them, but that's fine. It's enough for me to, you know, prick through the other side when it's time for that. Okay, and now I should have 2 long ones for either side. And my measurement is a little off, so I'm going to cheat towards the front so that I can lay it on its back to dry, because I don't know what I'm putting on the back yet. And once it's dry, I can just razor off that edge or even sandpaper off the edge. Oh, and you know what? That went on pretty cleanly. I'm going to glue all the outsides on before I seal the outsides, and then I can, I can rest it on its side. That'll make it a little easier. That one, it's just a hair off. I wonder how I got that hair off. I'm confused. Okay. And I'm a hair off down here, but again, I'm going to sand, so that won't be a problem. Okay, and then on the bottom, I want the words to read like that. So, oh, you know what? I forgot. I cut these in half on the other one. So let's just do that. Let's just do that. Okay. Oh, well, I have to go over on this one because I have to get it on those edges for this little piece. Ooh, that's just right at it, isn't it? Oh, the inside. I forgot about the outside measurement. Okay. Everything is awesome. All right. Looks pretty good. And actually, well, I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to lean it as I've done. Oh, and let me cut one of these again. And yes, I want it to be read this way. You know what? That ends on a space, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay, so those are all glued down. Now I'm just going to go over it and seal the edges, seal the papers with the last coat of Mod Podge. Okay, how cool is that? And if we just hold our little picture up here, can you see so cute. Okay, while this is drying, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to put on the inside and on the back side. Okay. All right, I'm back with this one, and this insides and sides are almost dry. I hit it with a heat gun for a second, and I just want to knock off this little extra piece, and easier than trimming is just sanding. And that gets it right up to the edge. I'll sand back over that in a second, but okay, and these need a little sanding. And remember, I'm going to gesso this front edge, so, it's not too important here, but just to give it cleanness and a little more tooth. Let's get the gesso on here and let it have a good dry. Let's get some spare paper. It looks like I've killed someone. Okay, just a tiny little glob. That is plenty. Oh, I wish I were ready to do that other project. Okay, now, that's lifting up a little bit. I'm going to grab some tacky glue. and get under there. All right. And then for the gesso, I'm just gonna see what happens. All right. And again, this gesso is really just to give a nice tooth for the watercolor crayons that I'm going to come back and do the pink edge with. Okay. I could have sanded there better. All right. I'm going to see if I can get the rest of this back into my bottle. Maybe I can put just a little more over here. Okay. Okay, while my gesso dries, I'm going to check on our rusted wire. Let's see, it's been in there a long time, so it should be plenty ready, nice and rusty. So let's dig it out. It's definitely gray, which I think I'm fine with. It definitely has a texture. It's not necessarily rusty. Does it get more rusty when it dries? I can't remember. I mean, it is cool though, because we've gone from that to that. Can we see the difference? Yeah. I like it. And I think it'll be fine with the ballerinas. And I'm not worrying about rinsing this or not. They're not ballerinas, are they? They're just little girls. They're just little girls. Maybe they'll continue to rust for a little while. And those are just the extras. Okay. Well, cool. I think it'll still look good with the black, the blackish whatever this is. And if it rusts, it rusts. Okay, it is what it is, right? Okay, so I've got to still figure out what I'm doing on the background and what I'm doing on the back of the little girl's assemblage. I just realized I forgot to turn on the video, but here's what I decided to put on the front and back. I had this, what do you call it? Scrapbook paper, which was a cool damask, very aged. And I coffee dyed this a little bit as well. So I put it on the interior, and now I'm putting it on the back outlined with text since I didn't have a big enough piece left. And if you can tell, I cut a straight edge here, and then I used my decal edge ruler for the interior. Thought that would be just a little more interesting. It's the back, it doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, just did that on all the pieces. Outside edge straight, inside edge decal. And I'm hoping that this is enough to cover up, and it is. Covers to the past the words. Okay. Oh, before that gets wet. This piece should be just long enough. Oh, just barely. Okay, that looks pretty good. I mean, that's just the back anyway. Doesn't have to be super pretty, right? Okay, but the front, what is that little mess? Okay, don't touch it. Splash of dye. Sorry, I'm trying to get this little red mark off. I think it was a splash of the RIT dye hiding somewhere, but I just mixed it in with the Mod Podge and we're good to go. Okay, so I'm not gonna set this down, but I'm trying to get the sticky off my finger. Okay, so that's the inside so far. Let me hold this like this. Ooh, okay, and then that would be the picture. I think it's so cute. Okay, so let's let this dry for real. Yeah, that can dry on its face like that. Okay, we'll let that dry, and then we're gonna string the pearls and then wire it. I think we're finished. All right, before I wire in my photo, I wanna go ahead and try to pinken up that front edge. And I'm gonna get this caramel apple back out and just gonna rub some on. Should I try it? Should I test it? See if it actually works? Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Wow. And I think I'll let it kind of pool like that. I think, well, it's cool. I don't know. Let's play with these other sides. I'm just gonna put some here. How fun are these crayons? Pencils, watercolor pencils. I'm just love it. Okay, let's see, let's continue. And that's going a little redder, but I think I can block that off, but I want to leave it for a second. That's definitely redder, but again, I'm gonna leave it for a second. Maybe I put some more water on. Okay, let's just blot up some of this. Yeah. Okay, and then go back over. And now looks like the sides need a little bit of touching. Let's see. Yeah, I think let's go over it a little more. Let's look at, see with the picture, when you get that pink in there, yeah. I mean, that's lighter than it is. That looks pretty good. That's pretty good. Just move a little bit more of that color around. I want it that white, so let's just I think we've got the perfect shade, people. Look how goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh, ooh. Watch for the drips. Watch for the drips. Okay. So, wow. Looks really good. I might come back and distress this with some vintage photo, but I want to get the pearls strung first. Okay, so let's get ready to do that. So now I want to attach my photo, and with the rusty wires. By the way, I put that other wire back in the mix, and I threw a bunch of nails in there too that I need rusty for another assemblage. So I want to make sure I don't forget a step. Now I've already poked through to find my holes and kind of widened them, and then I end up with a little bit of a raised bit there, and maybe I'm not worried about it. I think I'm not going to worry about trying to sand it off or anything, because it's very minuscule and the wire is going to be there, and the pearl, let's look at that. I want to put a pearl or 2 or 3 on each thing, each wire. And should it be 1, 2, or 3? I think 3 won't even move. And maybe it should be 2 for the sisters, but then it's 2, 2, 2, 2. So is it just 1 pearl per wire? Huh. Maybe it is. I know what I can do is, though, I can attach these. Let's put this back over here. I can attach these to the photo first and then see where we're at. So first I want to bend this like so. Let's just go to do all of them. About a 1/2 inch, I think will be fine. I think, oh, maybe more than that. I might need to unbend that. I want it to twist around a little bit, but not too much. Let's untwist that or unbend that, and then go about there. Okay. And I think I want it to come through from the back. Yep. Okay, just one little rotation like that. Yeah, because then that leaves just a little bit of space for the bead. Okay. Oops, sorry, I'm doing my thinking voice. I get quiet and start thinking, or I start thinking and I get quiet. I can't think and think at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can adjust that a little more. And then rotate. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Okay, yeah. Oh, baby, how was I supposed to art? Is something deep inside? Okay. You can tell I'm excited about art when I sing. Although, I don't think I've sung on camera any before. If I have, let me know. No one ever comments on sometimes what I think is weird behavior. They're just like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, people are gonna think I am nutso. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Okay, one more. Oop. this the oddest way to display family pictures, right? By the way, if I didn't say, this is from the Tim Holtz photo collection. I don't know which one. I think it was a 2023 one, but whatever those photos were. I'll probably find it as I'm editing to put it on the screen. Okay, so there's that. And let's throw a pearl on each wire and see how one pearl looks. Me and you only had 3 little jingle bells on our dress, on our pinafore or whatever it's called. And Babe had 12 jingle bells. Okay, one pearl. Do we like one pearl? Is it enough? Or do we do 2? By the way, this afternoon or last night or whatever, I haven't slept. I was stringing pearls for dinosaurs, making my little divosaurs, gold dinosaurs. I gild toy dinosaurs and then put pearl necklaces on them and call them divosaurs. And they're very popular at my store. Yeah. So now that I see 2, I think it needs to be 3. And there'll still be just a little bit of space, but it's like, oh, we were trying to hide the wire, but we couldn't hide the wire all the way. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna feed these through these holes. Hopefully this maneuver will work. Come on. Okay. And then maybe if I twist that up like that. Oh, I don't want to hurt the photo. Okay, get in your little hole. Get through there. I think there's no getting around the bending of the photo. Maybe I didn't need this long a wire to play with. Maybe. Note to self for the next one. Oh my gosh. Let's hope I haven't mangled the little girls. Okay, come on. Okay. Everybody just calm down. Okay, I'm trying to tear that photo. I don't want to. And then let's center it. Okay, looking pretty good. I think we got away with it. So could you see that with my hands in the way? And now I want to center the photo, make sure it's not wompy jawed. That looks pretty good. Let's see. We've got about 1 1/4 inches and 1 1/8 inches. Nope, 1 almost 1/4. So it needs to come over this way a hair. All right, and now I'm gonna bend this up to hold those places. And then I don't need this much end on it. So I'm just gonna snip some of that off if I can. How much am I snipping off? Why is that? There it is. There it goes. Maybe I was holding my pliers the wrong way. Is that a thing? Okay. And now to secure that, I'm just going to roll this wire up on the side and make like a little, I don't know what it is, a wire knot, a bundle. Almost kind of looks like a little rose, which I'm fine with. Oh, I want to make sure not to twist that too much. Need to pay attention to that. Come on, little nerd. Okay, so we've got that on the side. That's kind of cool. Okay. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. But I think it does need a little aging. And I tore this photo a little bit, so I'm gonna just darken up that tear. Cool. Yeah, and I do like the 3 pearls on each side. Wow. Okay, let's just add a little of this here. Actually, should I give it a sand? Get a little extra vintage photo. Okay. And do we leave the interior edge unaged? Let's think about it while we do these other sides. Did I do this earlier? I guess I did. Maybe I didn't do the front edge. I want to get all these. Okay. Now, la question. Tu fais le aging ici ou non? Maybe lightly. Yeah. I'll tend towards the inside, but a little will overlap. I think it was a good decision. Yeah. Cool. Wow. Okay, I really like it. How fun is that? And I just have to put my name and stuff on the back. And here we have our finished piece, Sisters. And I am very happy with it. I think it looks so cool. We've got the French book text lining the inside, and then that aged damask as the background, the rusted wires holding pearls, holding the photograph. The outside is French book text, and the color, I just love the color in these, like using the Tim Holtz pencils. Wow, so cool. I just think it turned out so well. I'm very excited. I didn't center my name very well. I really need to start measuring that, but oh well, it's fine. It's very cool. And yeah, I guess I'll put the hanger back on the thing in case somebody wants to hang it on the wall, probably. But I also like the idea of sitting it on a bookshelf. So I hope you liked this. This was really fun for me. I've wanted to do some assemblage art, assemblage. It's like collage, but 3D, assemblage. That's what I've just learned this weekend. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. From Funk and Dazzles, this is J-Star saying have a great day and keep creating.